Bet you're wondering why I'm up out of bed so early, and that's because we're back at the workshop. Yep, not happy with the way those top guards have come out. So we're just gonna reflick those and hopefully that makes it all better. I always hate the redoing part because it always feels like we're in for like grief on top of more grief, because I don't know, just in the past you'd start having other things go wrong, like reactions and stuff like that. But I'm feeling positive and we can't think about that stuff. We just need to do it and hope for the best. And also too, my clear situation is looking pretty dire, so I've been calculating it roughly as to what I've got left, and I think I can get at least 3 coats of clear back onto what I've got to spray. I'm only spraying this top section. We got a big bumper moulding run through here. It'll be exposed up here a little bit, but I'll try and do a blend. It's gonna be a blend in there too. I was just gonna paint up to here and do a blend into the roof, but I thought sometimes what happens is it turns into such a shit fight trying to get the blend to look good. I'll just sand the roof and just give that a really light one over coat sort of thing, that I probably won't even buff. I won't even spray colour up there. The colour's probably just going to be drifting up into here a little bit and drifting out to the edges. I'm not going to try and get too much colour out the sides. I'm just going to sprinkle the colour back over and go that way. I might even give it a bit more of a rub back. It's only 600 at the moment. I might give it a bit 800, make it a bit smoother. But that's what we've come in for. Come in to reflick those bits and tidy it up. Well, yeah, like I said, they're a major part of the car looking at those, so I wasn't happy with the way they was looking, so we better do something about it. Alright, let's get to work. And the good news is I can tape some of this because this booth doesn't give that strobing effect. So, because all the front end's on, I can't push it. I'm not going to bother trying to push it up the ramp, so we're just going with the end draft booth, which is a lot easier to get into. But for now, let's get into getting some colour happening. Well, getting some more sand first. So we're going to sprinkle colour to cover up that. Up the front here, it's all but disappeared, and I don't want to drift too much colour up towards the end up here in case it starts throwing off from the door. I'll sprinkle it a little bit, but we'll mainly be painting back here and backwards. I won't be painting the roof in any colour. I'm just going to clear that again. So we're sort of blending the rear guard to a degree. There's tiny speckles, so a little bit of a flick of colour ain't going to hurt. So, went away to go pick up some satin black. Come back, untape the ute, and to see how this paint's settling. I think it's settling pretty damn good. For a bloke that's not actually a painter, our lead painter came in and he was pretty impressed with it. I only do more bodywork sort of stuff, but been painting most of my life really, so I think I just get a bit amused as to seeing a novice come in and what they can do, I guess. I mean, it always is a giggle for me too. I always enjoy seeing what I can do. That's all it's about, but I think it's come out. A little bit of hay overspray up here. I just put one coat on the roof and then sort of paint up to here, so there's a bit of overspray going up there. But really, it's pretty damn good. Even see my reflection. So I untape him and get him ready. Even nose cone's pretty good. I didn't really get too fussy with that. It's a bit dented. There's a bit of a run still in it there, but it's going to be coming up with so much shit and headlights around it. It's not really worth getting too excited about. So, but I'd probably say we've had a bit of a set of this today, which is a novelty, and still got the old run in there too, which goes underneath the bumper strip. Blend's gone pretty nice. Can't complain of that. It looks quite nice too, just painted up to that ridge line. Can't see any difference between those. That's good. Buff that back. Colour still looks spot on though. I was explaining to the other boys, I put that many coats of colour on, the colour stabilised, so there should be no changing of colour anyway. When you're just putting the one colour back on top of each other, nothing's going to change. once you get it deep enough. The only problem with colour changes is if you only put 2 or 3 coats on something and you still got a bit of see-through happening, that's where you'll see the colour difference. But for me, I kept colouring it until the colour stabilised. Oh yeah, that's good. No hard lines or nothing. Very happy with that success. Success. Alright. Brought the strips down. I'll give them a bit of a water mepho clean with some grey scotchy. Plastic prime, and I just got some satin black mixed up. So I'm going to spray all these black so I can at least clip a few on. This one I noticed I probably can't do because he's got a hole in him. So I really need to probably fill him up before I do that one. So we'll just paint these 3 for now. Clip them on and see how we go, because my new clips turned up, so they're all pretty good to go.